Thank you, everyone, for rejoining us, basically for this last conversation on the show, where we turn our attention to Benue State, where a lot has been happening recently, but we are beginning to understand that the arrival of the president there yesterday may just be a game changer for this whole crisis that's happening there in Benue. Well, we are being joined now live via Zoom from the nation's capital by JONATHAN-ICHAVER. She is co-founder Sensor Foundation. First, we would like to say a big thank you to you for taking out time to jump in on this conversation this morning. I'd like us to begin with the president's visit, because that appears to be more like a landmark for whatever it's worth in light of these developments in Benue State. Talk to us about the basic implications of this visit and what we saw on the ground in Makurdi yesterday.
Good morning. I hope you can hear me.
Very clear.
Thank you, and thank you for having me on. And I was in Benue until about yesterday, until 2 p.m. and I left. And so first, we've seen the humanitarian situation, we've seen the tragedy, the one of many killings which have been underreported. We've seen basically what I call state failure to protect citizens and to ensure their welfare. So we've had serial attacks in Benue. So Yelewata was one in a long line, and it was extremely terrible. And the president's visit, for me, as an observer, as someone who has been working in this space for the last 15 years or 14 years, working with displaced people, most of them displaced by terror, and particularly with Benue State, and also across the Middle Belt and even across Nigeria. This is just one in a long line of failings. So when the president announced that he was coming, people felt okay. Of course, there were so many narratives. The president had issued a statement a few days ago that made people feel very sad, because he kept alluding to the fact that they should go and make peace with their people. These are genocidal attacks, and when you're working on your farm peacefully and someone comes with AK-47s to come and shoot you and rape you and burn your children with you in your house, where do you want to start making peace? So the people of Benue saw that as an opportunity for him to hear firsthand, in case he had not been getting proper briefing, to hear firsthand from the people what they were going through. But unfortunately, yesterday when I saw the planned reception, the way the government of Benue State and turned that to a political jamboree almost, it was heartbreaking and it's shattering. For us who have been working, we've seen the fields. There were billboards put up. So first there was this public holiday declared. There was no days of mourning declared when this first happened. But to declare a public holiday because the president is visiting, that to me was dancing on the graves of the people who have died. 1, 2, they put up these billboards about 2027. People have died. 200 people have died. They are putting billboard ALIA TINUBU 2027. It was disgusting. I'm sorry. And it broke our hearts. And then afterwards, I'm sure you saw the clips and the videos. How do you do that? If you have not eaten yet, they don't even have the decorum. So for me, someone posted, Fisayo Shoyombo, an investigative journalist, and I think he spoke the mind of many, that, it is not normal for a city, for a state mourning 200 people killed, not even up to a week ago. A president is coming. You get school children out. It had rained very heavily yesterday morning. It was still drizzling a bit when we went out, and then the rain had stopped, but there were puddles of water and everything. It was cold. They put school children out from various schools with Nigerian flags to fly flags to welcome President Tinubu. who does that? No responsible state. And the person made the point, Fisayo made the point that no responsible president or responsible governor should be indulging in such, even if it is the work of their overzealous supporters. Those things should be put a stop to. And the president, so his visit, yes. So first, the whole thing, all across the state, there were billboards welcoming him to Benue. You know, it wasn't a somber one. Two, the few people who came out in black to even demonstrate, they had so much police presence, thinking, oh, they want to protest or whatever. You know, they were just showing that they are in mourning. Where were these policemen? And if you see all the security up and down, where were they when these terrorists came into Yelewata and killed people and operated for 3 hours non-stop and left without anybody following them and all that? So the hearts of the people are heavy. And the only people maybe who might be rejoicing are those who wanted to gain any kind of political mileage out of this and maybe hobnob with President Tinubu for reasons best known to them. But for those who care about humanity, I cried yesterday. I wept when I saw that. We were dancing on the graves of these people. The statement President Tinubu made, you know, about them coming to and him ordering again that they should fish out the killers. I mean, come on. If your security apparatus is failing, then remove them and put in more competent people who will stop these killings. We're tired. So, for some people, maybe there was some symbolism. For me, as someone who has been active in that space and seen enough of the outcome of these things, not just across Benue, across the Middle Belt, across Nigeria, it was just a case of either we don't understand what the danger and the existentialist threat Nigeria faces from this terrorist, or maybe there's something that the government is not telling us. Maybe they are willing to let their citizens just keep dying.
Apologies, but I need to bump in on you for a second. My colleague, Ramsey Adlo, will jump in very soon. But I want to ask this, maybe a bit of a pivot here, but again, it finds relevance in light of this conversation. The president gave, well, most times we call them marching orders to the service chiefs yesterday to go find the perpetrators. Now, this is very central to this conversation because there are now issues around how is it that when things like this happen in some other parts of the country, we hear that we have found some sponsors, we have apprehended some persons who are sympathizing with them, supplying them with essentials, and what have you. Conversely, in the case of Benue, especially this Yelewata end of it, we are yet to see one person who has been arrested on account of being suspected to have been part of it on whatever level to whatever extent. Talk to us from that standpoint.
I don't really have much to say on that. The failing tells me they're not serious. President Tinubu is not serious. Governor ALIA is not serious. Security chiefs are not serious. Because I don't understand it. I mean, let's do the math. 100 or 200 people came in on bikes with heavy grade weapons. They first came from wherever. We've not heard any investigation. We've not seen any statement from any security agency, even showing us. Have you even seen any footage of any policemen, DSS, army investigators, military police, whatever police? Have you seen them anywhere showing anything that they're even investigating? Have you seen any forensic investigators brought to Yelewata to even look for any clue? Have you seen anything? So these guys should stop playing games with Nigerians and just stop it. You know, it's ridiculous. I don't have any answers. Those answers we should be asking the president, the Governor ALIA, Commissioner of Police, IG Police, NSA, all of them, because I don't understand it. And they have how many trillions of naira dedicated to these things? Where are the drones? Where is it? So we Nigerians, we need to also ask them these hard questions. What marching orders? How many marching orders will he give? Wasn't it a few weeks ago or days ago, Chief of Army Staff was in Makudi. Another day, who did they say came again? IG, please, we're tired of these cosmetic procedures. If they're not ready to do the work, they should step aside. It's ridiculous. So personally, I don't think they're serious. I don't think they care. I've seen this enough. It's we see it, it's a joke. It's a joke. And we need to stop it. These are human lives. So I have no answers, honestly.
All right. I think I know how you feel right now, being at the center of the whole incident, and more so that you've been working with displaced people for a while. Now, Governor ALIA several times have said, well, this is beyond just headers. Some persons are speculating that these people could be land grabbers. Some other persons are saying they are headers. And Governor ALIA, in his speech, have actually pointed finger to Abuja that the people responsible for the crisis in Benue are from Abuja. We interviewed the senator representing Benue South on Monday, and he said something that instead of collaboration with people in Abuja, people at the National Assembly, Governor ALIA is making accusations. What's your assessment of the governor as far as the security situation is concerned in Benue State?
Like you said, I've been dealing with this thing for years. We've seen too many people dead, too many people in IDP camps, children, the fallout. So permit me to say it's absolute hogwash. The senator, the governor is the chief security officer of the state. The senator should speak for the people. And again, I will say again, these people are not serious. They're just playing games with Nigerian lives. They need to stop it before the God and man. They took an oath to secure the lives and properties of Nigerian people, to ensure the welfare of the people. They're representing them. They swore on Bibles. For those who are Muslims, they swore on Qurans and whatever. They need to stop playing games. Enough is enough. Enough people have died. Over the last, this year alone, we've lost about 471 people to these kinds of attacks. In Benue alone, we've had about 45 attacks, and this is just June. Last year, we had 128 of those attacks, I think, 123 or 128. A lot of them underreported by the media. Some places, maybe there was a media blackout in Benue State. But the people are dying. You're losing your people. This is the food basket of the nation. This is where your food comes from. Food prices are high all across the nation. Your people are in danger. If these terrorists get Benue, they're going to get TINUBU. We see they were attacking in TINUBU. They're attacking in South. They're attacking in different places. And these guys are here playing games. So for me, whatever they're saying, he's not collaborating with the center, that's not our business. That's their internal nonsense. Stop the killings. Get the killers. Get the funders. Again, these things they're just telling you is diversion. Either they're clueless, they're just trying to cover up their incompetence, or they don't know what to do. And it's high time, Nigerian citizens, if we want to be alive, the next time it could be you. I have a friend whose brother went to the village to see his mom in Bagir, and they killed him there. It could be you going to your village somewhere and they'll come and kill you there. It could be me being on the road, they'll come and kill me there. So because they have security detail, they think they're shielded. So they should stop playing games with Nigerians and just stop this nonsense. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So I have not
issue of the Governor ALIA right now. I think there's enough blame to go around, if you ask me here. But there are those who say that, look, the man is not the chief security officer of the state. He's only so in principle because he doesn't, as it were, command the commissioner of police, the GOC, and what have you. But I want us to talk about the humanitarian weight that comes as part of the aftermath of these incessant attacks. For example, you have been on the ground doing all of those humanitarian work for upwards of 1 decade and counting. Let's talk about how much of effort we are seeing along those lines, whether it's from the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, from international donor agencies, or those boots, so to say, on the ground in Benue across the state, who are trying to say, look, the deed has been done, going forward we have to do damage control. Speak to our viewers about these issues. we understand our guest has gone off, but then we need to talk about that as well, because once people, lives have been snuffed out, like we're saying the last couple of days, for example, it's only natural that we're going to find those who have been devastated, those who have become internally displaced. Of course, the numbers are shooting right through the roof now in terms of the IDP surge that we've seen lately in Benue State. So we'd like our guest to talk about, speak to all of those in a bit. But it's also important to understand that, like she mentioned, it's very common and it can happen very real quick, where you find that people try to introduce element of distraction rather than face squarely what the issues are. People are dying following a particular pattern that has been consistent over time, and ask salient questions as to what are the factors responsible. We continue to talk about whether it's this political party or that political party and things like that. And like she also highlighted, these are people who are, even though politically exposed, but if you like, they have security detail attached to them, so they don't necessarily need to bother about their safety as does the everyday baby man or woman and things like that.
That's the reason I asked the Commissioner of Information, Culture and Tourism that we interviewed on Monday. I was asking him because he was also kidnapped in his own local government. Right. He spent 10 days
in the hands of the kidnappers.
In the hands of the kidnappers. That's to tell you that now you're smiling because you have security details. But then luck may run out of anyone.
Right.
All right. So we're talking about human lives here. Like the question we're asking her. Actually, that question has been on my mind. Benue State. Benue State is a civil service state, apart from the subvention, the allocations coming from the federal government.
The monthly allocation,
the
right?
monthly allocation. I don't see them having so much. But then, if these allocations are coming, there is always, most times there are formulas attached to this allocation.
In terms of sharing formulas.
Sharing formulas that we don't know and cannot talk about categorically right now. But then, talk about how these people are faring at the IDP camps. We have about 21 IDP camps in just Benue State. How many local governments do we have in Benue State that we have 21 IDP camps in Benue State? How are these people faring? What is the government doing about it? Is it NEMA? Is it humanitarian services? Is it the state government that is taking care of these people? Get to the IDPs, you see a lot of malnourished children. You see where they are sleeping, how they are exposed to natural hazards. So many things. Where are they defecating? Are there toilets there? Their health and all of that. We thank God for people like Dr. Pastor Paul Enenche, the pastor of Dunamis International Gospel Center, who, even when this situation happened, he went to Yelwata and he went there with some humanitarian services, with a lot. It's on social media, it's something that one can point to. This same thing he did during the Agatu crisis at Zone C in Benue State. When this incident started, it started from different places in Benue State. These are individuals. But then, this is something that one person cannot just do.
Right.
We are talking about 21 IDP camps.
In one state.
In one state.
My understanding is Benue State has got 24 local government areas. If you ask me, and then you have 21 IDP camps. Yeah, that's quite. It's quite disturbing, alarming, I should say. But let's take a quick break, everyone. Ramsey and I have a lot to talk about, but time will fail us. When we return from this break, we'll begin to wind down on the program.